Hello, hello! If you're new here, my name is Dana, and I write unapologetically honest stories with real characters. And today, I want to talk about our Drabble challenge. It is March now, which feels fake. My brain is still hung up on February and writing Drabbles every single day. After the February challenge ended, I shared a questionnaire in our Discord for the people who had participated. Most everyone filled that out, so I can share some statistics with you guys. First and foremost, everyone's responses to this challenge, all the feedback has been so wonderful. Everyone has been so kind and supportive. I am so pleased. I don't like to use the word blessed, but it is applicable. More than anything, I just want to thank everyone for being so supportive of this challenge, for going on this journey with me. This was something I set out to do for myself, and I'm just absolutely in awe of how many people participated, how many people shared their stories. The challenge was such a wonderful experience, and I'm so happy. So, on the questionnaire, the first half was primarily gathering some stats, and the second half was gathering some feedback. So we're going to talk stats first, and please keep in mind that this only includes people who willingly filled out the form. There were other participants who chose not to fill out the form, and that's fine. So this is just a slice of the total participants, a slice of the total Drabbles and words written. So these stats are interesting, but not conclusive. Throughout the month of February, we wrote a total of 182 Drabbles and over 30,000 words. To be fair, most of those words are probably from Tanya because 126 of the total Drabbles were exactly 100 words. That is amazing, guys. If we're estimating the number of people who did not fill out the form but did participate, we wrote over 200 Drabbles. Like, I'm pretty certain of that we wrote over 200 Drabbles in the month of February. That is amazing. And over 30,000 words, I wouldn't even know how to estimate that, but probably closer to 35 or 40,000 words. That's crazy. And the live stream with the highest views was day 19, which was with Tanya. We had 138 views on there. In the grand scheme of things, I know that's not a lot, but that was my first live stream that hit over 100 views. I've never had one that big before. I'm still not convinced that it wasn't bots, but that's cool either way. Like, genuinely, over 100 views on a live stream that started at 10 in the morning on a Thursday, genuinely crazy. As for my personal stats, I wrote on 27 out of 28 of the days. I missed day 3 because I was sick. I did make up for it the next day though, and there were a couple days where I wrote multiple Drabbles, so I wrote 30 final Drabbles. 23 of those Drabbles were exactly 100 words, which means that about 77% of my Drabbles met the word count criteria. I wrote a total of 3,497 words, and my average word count was around 116 words. I hosted 8 live streams. I had a co-host for 5 of the 8 live streams, and it definitely made them better. Like, having a co-host just makes it better, more fun. As for the Drabbles themselves, there was one Drabble that I absolutely hated. I don't hate it now, but I don't like it still. And when I was collecting my favorite Drabbles for my video next week, there were about 10 of them that I then had to choose between because I wasn't going to read all 10. For POV, most of these stories were in second person. That was like my number one goal for the challenge, aside from working on line editing, which is just, the nature of the beast. I specifically wanted to practice writing in second person, because that lends itself so well to flash fiction. So 24 of my Drabbles were in second person. Now, there's some overlap here though, because 14 of them were in first person, and there's an overlap of 9 Drabbles between those that includes both first and second person. And then there was one lone single Drabble that was in third. Writing in third person is often the most natural thing to do. Most books overall are in third person, even if first person has become more prevalent in the last, 20 years or more, maybe. Third person is still the most common. So that wasn't really something I was looking to practice. As for connecting these drabbles to works in progress, throughout these 30 drabbles, I wrote in 9 different story worlds. 7 of them were related to my main project. 5 of them were connected to my Lara Croft-inspired Dark Academia story. 4 of them were connected to my child soldier PTSD short story. I have a working title, but I need a better description of that short story idea. 3 of them were connected to a Dark Academia Childhood Friends to Lovers story idea. 2 of them were connected to my Sapphic Vampire Chapel Roan inspired short story idea. 2 of them were connected to my Extra Hour short story idea. 1 of them is connected to a spelunking lost treasure short story idea set here in the Ozarks. 1 is related to my Peter Pan retold in the style of Sucker Punch idea. 1 is related to my summer camp horror story. And then 4 were not connected to anything. Of those 4, I think there was really only 1 that I genuinely really liked, and that was a cozy mystery type of story. I don't generally write that type of story, but it was really fun as a drabble. Maybe it would be fun to write a short story that's a cozy mystery. That way I can play with it without committing too hard. To be fair, I don't need more short story ideas either. One thing that I wished I had kept track of was how many words I wrote total before doing the editing. I at least would find that really interesting. And there were multiple days where I wrote over 200 words and then had to cut it down to 100 successfully. That's really the one stat that I wish I had kept track of. Something to consider for next time. And speaking of next time, let's talk. I don't think I was even a week into this challenge before I knew that I wanted to do it again, that I wanted to do it for more than just February. Some of the feedback that I was looking for in the questionnaire that I sent out was related to the future of this challenge and this community. Everyone who participated has been very open to the idea of repeating this challenge, whether that is in a year or more frequently. And I think most people were very excited about the prospect of doing a more laid-back version of this between the more intensive challenges. So this is what things are going to be like going forward. February was our first challenge month. Our next one will be June, and then we will have another in October. On the questionnaire, every 6 months had the most votes, but I personally would like to do this more often. June is a particularly good month for me because my kids will be in summer school that entire month. And then October is a month already associated with daily prompts because of Inktober and other similar challenges. Personally, I will probably not be doing daily vlogs during the future challenge months. That was probably more draining than the drabble writing actually was. Between the challenge months, we will have 2 types of activities. We will have weekly drabbles starting the 2nd week of March. And we will also have monthly short stories. I will be writing my weekly drabble on a live stream every week. There will not be a set time because I have to be flexible, unfortunately. But this will probably be on either a Monday or a Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. My first one will be Tuesday the 10th at 11 a.m. Central Time with Cynthia, who has just started her AuthorTube channel, and I'm so excited. If you want to co-host with me in the future, please shoot me a DM. I would love to. Co-hosts are more than welcome. They make the whole experience so much more fun. As for the prompts, the March and April prompts will be posted in conjunction with this video. If I'm able to, that will include May. I have not finalized these prompts yet. I have a bunch of options, and I have to decide on that. As for the format of the prompts, I really liked the combination of having something concrete, like an object or location, with something more conceptual, like an idea, an action, a situation. So I will be sticking to that general format. In the feedback, some people requested more speculative fiction prompts, so I will definitely be including stuff that lends itself more in that direction. And based on my experiences during the February challenge month, I know I want to be more careful about not pairing two super modern prompts together or two super historical prompts together. I want to make sure that I am pairing a time period or genre specific prompt with a more general prompt, so that if I have a very sci-fi prompt and somebody has no interest, can't come up with anything related to that, they still have the other prompt that they can rely on and only work with that one. Now, for the monthly prompts, that works a little bit differently. We will still be having two prompts, but the Discord server members help choose the prompts. Generally, the process is I pick 10 prompts, 5 of them being more concrete, 5 of them being more conceptual, and everyone votes for their top 2 or 3, and the 2 with the most votes become our prompts for the month. We have 9 hours left on the voting for March's prompts because it got started at the start of the month as opposed to at the end of the previous month. The vote on the server is still in progress, so I will put our chosen prompts here. When we get close to the end of March, probably when there are like 5 days left, we will start a new vote for April's prompts. So if you want to help us choose our monthly prompts in the future, you have to join the Discord. You can shoot me a DM either on Discord or on Instagram, and I would happily send you an invite. A few other feedback suggestions that I'm not really sure what to do about or how to implement yet. One person mentioned that the more people participate, the more difficult it will be to keep up with reading everyone's drabbles, which has been one of the most fun parts of this experiment. I don't know what to do about that. That is unfortunately just the nature of expanding. I will definitely try my hardest to keep reading everyone's drabbles, but there is a certain point where it's just not physically possible. Obviously, we're not there yet, but this is something to keep in mind for the future, and I will be thinking about this to see if there is a reasonable solution or if this is just something we have to live with. Someone also suggested that we have a sort of month where we work on expanding one of the drabbles that we wrote during the challenge month. I absolutely love this idea, partially because 9 of the drabbles that I wrote are connected to a short story, not even like a big project, something where expanding it over the course of a month is very doable. I really like this idea, but I'm not sure how to implement it, and I also don't want to implement too many things at once. So whoever submitted that, I love it, I'm thinking about it, and we'll see where this goes, see if we can figure out a way to insert that in the future. That is all I have for you guys today. I just want to say again how wonderful an experience this has been. What a wonderful community, small though we may be. The support and the kindness and the fucking talent. Y'all are brilliant and you should know it. Like, I need you to know that. If you want to participate in either the weekly drabbles or the monthly short stories or future month-long challenges, you can join me on my live streams. You can check out my community posts for all of the prompts. You can share them on social media. You can join us in the Discord and actually have a say in what our monthly short story prompts are. You don't have to be super involved. It does not take very much effort. But this community is wonderful, and this is absolutely my favorite thing that I've done in the AuthorTube space. I would love for more people to write flash fiction with us. Just do it. Just write drabbles with us. Write with us. Write drabbles with us.